Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of WASW Wisconsin All-Star Wrestling and the 50 State Battle. Hopefully you've appreciated the last video of the PowerPoint slash explanation within the game, so to speak, and what I plan to do and all that other fun jazz for the future. As we're going on to kind of season 2, year 2, into this game mode. So, and there's also a feature that if some of you know about it, great, but if you don't know about it, then I will be here to show you on like when you make partnerships, because I didn't see it until when I started, because I pre-book my shows before I start the videos, and then we go right into the booking and everything, and smooth sailing. There's been quite a few changes. As you can see, the wrestler section, I had like probably 25 wrestlers, and now it's up to 45. You would think, okay, what is now happening? And everything. Well, I've signed a bunch of people, and also using our partnership with Minnesota All-Star Wrestling and my superstars as well. Since now I kind of figured that feature in the game, which I'll show later on when we get to like the booking screen and whatnot, and also to recap of from kind of 2 episodes ago, or even from last episode, that I have opened up every single promotion within the states in the Midwest. So instead of, going and opening one random one throughout every 2 or 3 shows, that I just decided, hey, I'm going to open up the rest of the Midwest, which is roughly probably 5 or 6 of them that were still left to open. And this whole year, it's basically all of the Midwest. And then I've mentioned that after each show, we're going to open like probably 1 to 3 states, depending on how I pick a random number, and then we'll choose on what states are going to be open. It doesn't matter what region, but what states will be active for the future. That way it gets kind of further on down the road of getting faster with adding these promotions in, so that way the competition keeps coming and stuff like that. And to get really, really good superstars is going to be pretty, I wouldn't say super hard, but it's also to gear towards of that it will be worth it, because you're going to have to spend a lot of money because of all the competition within people wanting to be on certain shows to be the main event and gear towards that. And then also with the addition of that, we have sponsorship bonuses this year in this game. And then we also have a popularity bonus within the game. So to recap on that if I get a 70, 80, or a 90%, so a 69 and below, I get nothing extra in the sponsor and in the popularity bonus. So for the sponsorship bonus, that if I score a 70% or higher, I get $250,000. If I score 80 or higher, I get $500,000, and then 90% or higher, I get $1 million. And then for the popularity bonus, that's at 70%, I get 0.05, and then I add an opponent gets a 0.05, and it can be at any region on both occasions. So I can add it to my original slot that I am in right now, which is North America, or I can put it into like Europe, Asia, Oceania, Africa, and stuff like that, to get that popularity going in Latin America. So I can add it to any of those. And then 80% I do get 0.1, and then the opponent gets 0.1. And then 90% I get 0.2, and the opponent gets 0.2. And the same deal, any region slot that I so choose, but that's only if I get 70% or higher. Those are kind of the numbers that I'm going to be getting when it comes to popularity and the sponsorship bonus. And also within this show, I've added another title to the show as well. I added a women's every event championship. So, and there is a tournament for it. There is a 16 women tournament. I've already have it kind of bracketed out. Already have the tournament made in this game. I'll show you. And then there's also a contract winning tournament for the men. So there is, and it's an 8-man, it's not a 16. The women, I thought to put 16 for the every event championship because I'm adding some superstars for my promotion. I'm adding also the Minnesota All-Star Wrestling that we have a partnership with, and some superstars that are from the outside that I've signed for pay per appearance, so they won't necessarily get paid. They won't hurt on our payroll until they made an appearance on our show. So I've signed them for like 1-year deals because after kind of if they're eliminated from the tournament, they're more than likely going to get eliminated. Or I may keep them. The minimum I gave somebody was a 1-year contract, which is up until 2023. So, and then there's a lot of people I have locked on for good deals that normally I would do it every 6 months or whatnot, but then I kind of realized within the game every 6 months their value keeps increasing a little bit after you renegotiate. So then I decided if I know I want this wrestler for a long time, I've locked them up, not indefinitely, but I've locked them up for the longest you can do, which is a 5-year contract in pay-per appearance contract. Now, if it was a written contract, it'd be completely different. I haven't played with written contracts, so I wouldn't know, but there's a difference between obviously pay-per appearance and a written contract. Written contract meaning that they're yours and nobody else can touch them. But if they are a pay-per appearance, that's why you've been seeing a lot of my superstars been able to branch out to other promotions and be on their show because it's pay-per appearance. It's kind of like an indie scene where you can sign wherever you may choose or go wherever you may want to and try to strive towards that All-Star Championship in whatever state you're in. So I will show you the tournaments. So we have the Wisconsin All-Star Contract Award-winning tournament. So we have 8 guys in it. So we have Steve Farmer. I picked him up. I saw him in kind of like the all-workers, and he is the champ in the Iowa All-Star Wrestling. So I picked him up. I picked up a good guy that had like a 100 star power, so hopefully he wins, but I kind of locked him up on a 5-year deal, so it's like, okay, yeah, if he does lose within this tournament, it's like, oh, aren't you gonna, let him go because he didn't win? But since he has 100 kind of star power rating, I may keep him and try to do whatever I can to keep him involved. And then Billy Clean, Tavares Sissy, and then Ryan Dominguez, Gabriel Moreira, Emmett Razi, and Killian James. These guys were roughly all within 50 star power or a little bit above or a little bit below. So trying to get market ability, let them grow and let them have a shot to gain that like long-term contract, whether it be a 3 or 4-year contract with Wisconsin All-Star Wrestling. And then we have the every event tournament for that title every event championship at the end. So I kind of calculated how many shows it would be for each tournament, and the other one will be roughly 6 or 7 if I were to do a match per show, and then this one is roughly 9, where I do 2 matches per show to begin with, so that would be 4, and then 4 shows, and then it goes down from there, and it was roughly 8 or 9, so roughly the whole year. So as soon as we get to the 10, 11 show range, we would have a champion made up. So like I said, some of these are Minnesota All-Star Wrestling people, and some of them are mine, and then some of them I picked off of free agency. What else is there to kind of show you guys? That we can go on all promotions and see that we have all of the Midwest selected and opened. So Illinois has some people. Indiana, I just opened. Iowa has some people because they've been around. Kansas was just opened. Michigan's been opened. Minnesota, obviously, we have our working relationship. Nebraska was just opened. North Dakota, Ohio, and South Dakota, and then there's us. So, and we did have an owner of Ashton Watkins, but I decided to change that because Connor Murphy and Connor Macias are like 97 and 92 overall rating for agency, meaning a promoter. So I decided to change that, and it within the status or whatnot, I think within a written contract of being an owner doesn't change until the next day, which I haven't simulated yet. So, and I wanted to kind of release the guy right on this video. So he is going to be no longer within the company. I really don't need him. He's very low. He's 28 star power. I could put him down all the way to lower mid card, but I have a lot of people already. Sorry that I just hit the mic, if that hurt your ears. And that I have no idea what I would use him for because he doesn't have a gimmick. He is a heel. But overall, I don't have any kind of reason to keep him, so he is going to be released, and his future endeavors will be in good conditions. So he is now gone off of the record books for us. Okay. So yeah, I did all the titles and everything, and we're going to simulate to, I'm going to say the next day, and see what happens with people offering contracts. So I have 29 emails. Oh no. So Janaya becomes an owner, makes an offer. So I lose Janaya because it's a written contract. Steve Farmer. So it's basically my big roster. Ashton Watkins becomes the owner of Ohio, so at least he becomes an owner somewhere else. Let's see who else will be taken away from me. Rain Grimes has got an offer from a couple. So Caitlin Conway, so she's out of the tournament. That sucks. So now she's an owner of Nebraska. Show must go on. And I thought I was going to push her to kind of get Indiana hits Aubrey, Nebraska hits Haley because she's on Minnesota. Oh, and then wow. Okay, so yeah, I forgot to mention my I have made my custom people work with Rain Grimes. So I'm gonna reject it because it's not gonna happen. Are there any promise stuff? So yeah, that kind of sucks. They're both gone. And then it's just everybody kind of hitting the contract books. So I'm gonna go to my roster, and so I have created a tag team and a singles person. Sorry, this intro is kind of taking forever, but year 2 it's gonna become good, and hopefully it'll become smoother after this episode. But Maxim Cruz, I kind of used a wrestler name generator and stuff like that, and that name came to good in good use. So Maxim Cruz and Kid Cruz are a tag team, and I call them the High Flying Cruz Brothers, the Twin Cruz Brothers. So I made them. They're high flyers, and they seem to get a decent amount of contract offers from 5 other or 6 other promotions, which is nice. So they'll get some matches in and stuff. And then my other person is Butch Taylor, kind of using the same name generator, and it thought it was a good fit and made a monster heel, a super heavyweight powerhouse monster heel. So he's in the lower mid card and stuff like that, and has anger issues, is anxious, respectful to others, can be sociable, is known for their toughness, can take bumps, tag team, slow decliner, fast learner, maximum effort, and then loves comedy, explosive, great teacher, and loves hardcore. So and just kind of randomized on skill sets and stuff like that. But knowing that like commentary, agent, and refereeing he's not going to be as good at, so I put like 10s. Some of them I was putting like 5s and stuff like that. So overall, and then their popularity I kept at 0 because they're just starting in the world, so they'll gain their popularity eventually. So why don't we simulate to 7 days, see what happens. So we got 10 emails. Fails drug test, steroids, he's positive. I'll talk calmly to him. Okay. Dana Rocha fails. We're going to talk calmly to her. Don't get involved in my business. Okay. Soft drugs. We're going to talk calmly to this. Okay, good talk. going to reject. Okay, there's just more contracts. So it's these guys failing. We're going to say last chance. Swede. Okay. Last chance. Whatever, man. Okay. See how they respond. Are you gonna do fire me? Alright. So what is he testing positive for? Steroids. Alright. Emails. We're gonna do a small fine, so he understands. Okay, so it seems like the guy who I really want just doesn't really care. Okay, it's good to know. But okay, so we're gonna take a look real quick because of Caitlyn being gone. That kind of messes things around, but we're just gonna click that she moves on, because we can't really change anything. We can't add somebody. It already started. So we'll see if there's anything. Okay, these guys are still good. But since with Jania's gone now, that probably hurts the tag team. They took it completely out, didn't they? Yes, they did. Oh no, this kind of sucks. I wonder if I'm just going through my papers now because I kind of write everything down. So I wonder who could be a temporary replacement for this one, because it was like a triple tag team. So no longer active. For Jania, and who can go with Maria? She's a face. I think I'm gonna add the match. Females Takeover was a part of it. Money is Reality was a part of it. And then we're going to add Lucia Alves. She's like kind of the only like face I signed for females that would make sense. Otherwise, the rest of them, I kind of signed a lot of heels. Will probably backfire me in the long run, but for this show, and I did kind of do gimmick stuff, so it's gonna be 10-minute match right there. We still need 5 minutes. What else got taken away? I think that was it, unless there's something else. Oh, that's right. The Caitlin Conway match got taken away. So, who is next up in line? Because that match is not available anymore. And I didn't want to double book people. We're going to add okay, I can't add that one. So yeah, so to find other promotions is you would hit the arrow button on the Wisconsin All-Star Wrestling. Since we have partnered promotions, you'd hit that, and that's where you'd find your people for the other promotions, since we have a working relationship. So we're going to do Haley Strickland, because I don't want to wreck anything else when it comes to angles and everything. So I'm going to move forward and select a different match. It'll just be a little wonky, but overall, just gotta find her name real quick. There we go. Overall, it'll be fine. Be okay. So how many? We got 5 minutes left. Alright, so that should be perfect. We just kind of move this up right there. And then we have a range of possibly getting 145 people coming in. So we move up to the next building, because the other building that we were using was up to like 100, which was a smaller room. But since we potentially could get 145, we got to be in the small sports hall, which is a little bit more money, but it will change from time to time. But I think we'll do this. And yeah, it changes drastically depending on how you move and switch things around, but that's how we are going to run our event for this one, and we will sim to that date. So we have 5 days, so I'm going to sim 4. This is the 22nd. I just simmed the day before just to make sure. No emails. The next day. No emails. Click. And we are ready to start the show. So, to start off, we have Steve Farmer versus Takaro Sugawara, and Takaro Sugawara won the match. So we had the intimidating presence of Steve Farmer added to the match and the star power of Takaro. The vocal crowd were in love with this segment. The reaction made it even better. Stage was good. Camera quality limited. We're not gonna switch anything with the camera quality such yet because we have to make sure, like with adding new superstars and stuff like that, to make sure our money is sitting pretty well. So it's 62 overall, 3.5 star match, the 100% rating. And then we have the newly acquired Butch Taylor and a video showing a promo that you'll possibly be in action the next event. And then we have Jordan Rush versus Aurora Bennett. Jordan Rush won a 1.5 star match with 45% rating. The vocal crowd were in love with the segment. Their reaction was even better. It was part of the title tournament. So Jordan Rush will move on, and Aurora Bennett is eliminated. 100%, 45% rating. And then we have Cody Horn, who is newly acquired. He was an announcer, but I'm kind of using him as a backstage staff to kind of get his popularity up, or, kind of skills up and going. So they all gain 0.2, and Laura Leone and Aurora Richards will be in a match next week for the first round within the tournament. 29 star rating, or percentage rating. Then we have Haley Strickland and Ava Torres. Star power of Ava Torres added to the match. The vocal crowd were in love with the segment. The reaction made it even better. Stage and camera quality. Stage was good, and then camera quality limits to satisfaction. Haley Strickland gained 0.2, and Ava Torres lost 0.1. 2-star match, 100%, 50% rating. And then we have Cody Horn announcing Miyu Yi and Riley McCarthy that will be in a match the next event for the tournament. And Riley and Cody gained 0.2, and Miyu Yi's star power added to the beat with a 25% rating. And then we have the storyline of Zeta Nunez and Rain Grimes that is continuing. The intimidating presence of Nunez added to the match. Rain Grimes had a boost to their gimmick, and the intimidating presence of Rain Grimes, good looks of Rain Grimes, vocal crowd were in love with the segment. Got a 57% rating with a 1.5 star match. Rain Grimes wins again. She gains 0.2. Nunez loses 0.1 and 100% crowd rating. And then we have a video of the Cruz brothers as they will be in action the next event to debut their tag team value. Maxim Cruz and Kid Cruz gained 0.2 from it with a 56% rating. And then we had a tag team title match with all three tag teams that have been going for the titles, with the Athlete Central of Egon and Harley Bird, the Kings of the World, Zerub and Bo Davies, and then the Extreme Lunatics of Oscar Shaw and Luister Ayula. So the star power, good looks of Egon, good looks of Bo Davies. Zerub was struggling for breath. Oscar Shaw had a boost of his gimmick on the star power. The good looks of Oscar added. Luister was struggling for breath, and so was Oscar. And the crowd loved the segment. And Egon and Harley Bird successfully retained their tag team titles, like no one has been able to stop them. 67% rating. Everyone lost 0.1, and then Egon and Harley gained 0.2 with a 3.5-star match. And then we had a tag team title match with Females Takeover, Money is Reality, Maria and Lucia, because Janaya is now gone. So that tag team is no longer around because she is the owner of a different promotion. So the intimidating presence of Abby, Aubrey, struggling with breath. Abby was struggling. D'Angelo had a boost to their gimmick. Good looks. Aurora Richards had a boost to their gimmick. The star power of Maria, star power of Lucia, the good looks of Lucia, and the star power and good looks of Lucia. Maria and Lucia were struggling for breath at the end. Then the vocal crowd, stage, and camera, they successfully retained, so they gained 0.2 each, and then the other ones lost 0.1. 3-star match, 64% and 100% rating. Then we have 58% rating of Quadis Oakham getting interviewed by Cody Horn, and Aaron Carrasco, who they've had a feud with before, came in and was saying his nonsense because, he's been having this championship, but Aaron feels like he deserves one more shot, and they engage in a sparring match, and Cody Horn just makes a match for the next time that Aaron Carrasco has one last opportunity to go for the title, and if he loses, he is done for a while. He's on the bottom of the rankings, so it will be a long time before he can get another title shot for the All-Star Wrestling title. And so they got the star power, the cocky gimmick adds to it, overall rating with the 58%. And then we have a new champion of Zoe Matthews. She has now gained the Women's All-Star Wrestling Championship away from Anna Becker, who had it for a while. And the star power, Zoe Matthews was struggling. Star power and Anna was struggling. Vocal crowd loved the segment, and Zoe gained 0.2 and Anna lost 0.1. 1-star match, 42%, 100% crowd reaction. Way to start off a new year that Zoe Matthews has been going after for her quite a while, and now she finally gets the title. So we had overall a 58% rating, so we do not gain any extra rating. We don't gain extra money from sponsorships this time around, so we are going to, but we gain 0.3 overall on popularity. So we are going to end the show, send to the next day, 3 emails. So Lucia Elvis, going to reject it because overall, you'd like a title match, but you were only there for a temporary thing because that was already planned. So I'm going to reject it because you're in a tournament and you probably won't get it before March. So you're going to be rejected. Sorry about that. Promise I kept. This improved the relationship even though he didn't win, but he had a title opportunity, kind of like the last one for a while for that tag team because they've lost every single time and nobody can beat Athlete Central right now. The summary, we had 144 people show up with $1,512 in ticket sales. That is a decent amount compared to the year before, that we've had 60, mid 60s to 70 people and have like 400 in ticket sales. So to have that go on, see if that will change any finances. So this doesn't include the production yet, so I'll sim the next day. So we have 3 emails. We are going to reject it because you're in a tournament and you haven't won your contract tournament, so we are rejecting it. It's only 2. So you have 100% star power. I mean, I could offer rehab. But he won, so I really can't do anything. I can just make it a medium fine. Well, then get off the steroids. If it's total BS. I'll offer a medium fine for him as well. Understood. So he understands it. Let's see. Oh, our relationship is not good whatsoever. Relationship is not good on that one. I mean, I've rejected because it's not in my plans. So I bet we can go to finances now and see. Oh, it probably will. Probably have to sim to the end of the month. We're gonna reject that. We're gonna go to event histories, January. Wow, there's been a lot. So I gotta go back and see who won. So Takaru won, so Steve Farmer's kind of out, so we can release him. Taylor, Jordan Rush won, and Haley Strickland won. Okay. So we're gonna go back to the tournaments. So the women's, so Jordan Rush won, so Aurora Bennett's out cheap. We can release these people right away, but overall with Steve Farmer, because he is working with a different promotion, I'm gonna release him right away, because we don't need him. I'm not gonna use him, but for Aurora Bennett, she's not really working with someone else, so I'll just keep her until the year contract is over. See if we use her for anything else, but other than that, I know there's another one, but I'll have to go back. Event histories. It's Haley Strickland, Ava Torres. That's what it was. I was surprised that happened because Ava Torres was highly rated for like star power and stuff, so I thought maybe she would win. So Haley Strickland. So we have 3 people, because obviously with Caitlin Conway being gone now, we have 3 people that have moved on, and then 1 person for the men for the contract award winning. So Steve Farmer, sorry. Thank you for your work. Just gotta find your name real quick. And I put them on your contracts so that way we had them for the whole year. But yeah, you're connected with every single promotion basically. You're the Iowa All-Star Champion. You're working with Indiana now. You're working with North Dakota, South Dakota, Kansas, Nebraska, also Iowa. But we are going to release you. So he's not on the roster. There we have it. So yeah, sorry for making this such a long video. I'm gonna sim to February. So we have 2 emails. Okay. March, fine. Alright, now he's gonna clean up his act. Alright. And we are gonna give him a large fine too. And he's gonna clean up his act. Alright, so we're gonna simulate the next day. See what our finances is. Real quick. So merchandise, $7, so $2 less. We're ranking up the sponsorship money now with 120 now, but with staff wages, 23,000, so it's a little bit above with stealing people from different, and also using the free agent people, and then 600,000 for the production, and with 600,022. So gotta spend money to earn money eventually. So we did make our money back when it came to using the bigger gymnasium stuff like that for the ticket sales. We profited in 300 with that, but obviously with the $600 production and everything, we don't have that money. Other than that, hopefully you appreciate this video. And sorry it's almost like an hour long, but was showing you everything, a new feature, and with the new roster pieces, and with adding basically all of the Midwest. And I'm going to add 2 more promotions. We're going to edit the database. Go to promotions. We're going to add Alabama. Let's make it active. So we're going to save changes. So we got 1. And then I think on the other side, we are going to add California. So 1 on each side of kind of the United States. So there's my 2 promotions that I'm adding. We're going to sim the next day and see what happens. See if anyone steals my people. Okay, she just got offered. Okay. So it's not like she was leaving because of she is the new owner. But yeah, so now people are getting contract offers and becoming bookers of Alabama All-Star Wrestling and California All-Star Wrestling. So all the titles are in, so each of them have at least 6 titles. The both individual all-star wrestling titles, the tag team titles, and the trio tag team titles. And for me, I have the addition of every event championships added on to it. So, because it was going to be a cruiserweight, and then half of the time they don't really put their weight in it, so it literally could be anybody. So I just decided to put every event championship. And right now it's kind of in a feud of Jaden Cooper and Javen Ibori. I didn't even put them in the last event, so they'll be in the this coming up event. Their storyline is kind of heat at 55. Anna Becker and Zoe Matthews at a 53. Rain and Isadora at 53, and then 54 for Aubrey, Maria, and Abby, which I'll probably have to end because Maria doesn't have a tag team partner. So hopefully I catch you on the next episode. Sorry this is very long, but with all of the new changes and everything that I wanted to show you is all captured in this almost hour-long episode. So I apologize for that. I will try and make them shorter by like roughly a half hour-ish with going over everything. So peace out.